back, guys.
Welcome back.
Oh, God,
My name is
Puti, as usual.
and she is
Chi.
Chi. Right, glad to have you back here again. If you had watched the previous episode, I'm sure you would connect well with what I'm going to tell you. But if you did not watch, just go to the last video and watch it, then you will understand very well what I'm going to talk about here.
Absolutely. And if this is your first time joining us, welcome. This is a great place to be. This is a story time that we are doing to encourage people to live off pain, enjoy their marriage and live better. And the question in this episode that we're going to answer is, how do you take decisions when you are numb because of a loss? What do you do? How do you handle that period of nobody even understands your pain? You're just wondering how my world has crashed. How you take decisions at that time will also matter. And that's what this episode is going to cover as my husband tells his story.
Okay. Wow.
So you stopped where you got to the hospital?
No, I know where to start from, but the point is that I'm just overwhelmed with all that had gone through.
Yeah.
I actually went through what I would say was beyond pain.
Yeah.
My previous marriage, it was a marriage of so much love. I always relate deeply with people as friends. So my spouse was my friend. Even as Chi, my best friend now, So what happened was, after I got the news and in the hospital, doctor spoke to me. The shock of pain, and I was waiting for family members who were in Port Harcourt, especially from my spouse's end, who were around Port Harcourt, that I had informed when I got the news, for them to come, because I got there and I didn't meet anyone except the guy I sent to get there before me. I was over pressured that I couldn't. I was just asked. I felt a sharp pain in my chest, and it was like someone threw an arrow, and it pierced my heart. I know, there's a time people will draw this love sign, and you see an arrow piercing through it. Man, I felt that thing real. So I couldn't hold myself. When family members started arriving, and I told them all that I came to meet, and the news, it was all cry everywhere. It was the A&E, accidents and emergency, was chaotic. Remember, it was an accident, and it was so chaotic, as in the noise there was too much that I had to move to a field, an open field. I remembering that the mortuary people were coming like 3 times to come and carry the body, said it has stayed longer. I was there, I busted into tears. All that was rolling through my mind was that, what are you going to do with 4 children? How are you going to manage these 4 children? And a baby who's now up to 2 weeks old. Oh my God. Then at that point, my lecturer colleagues in my previous domain in Imo State called me, and they heard about that when I left, that my wife had an accident, because I told them before I left the meeting. They called me and they were asking me what the situation. I broke the news. Oh my God. Before I knew it, messages, calls were coming through my phone. Man, you know what happened? I just went to one field and cried. And that cry, I think, is one of the first steps that will help me to healing. I cried. What I mean cry.
Emotions are very...
I let it all out.
Yeah.
At the point as I was crying, it was like I was dying off. Then the vice chancellor called me. When he called, the vice chancellor at that time called me, and his call was, get up from that place. That place you are sitting is a sinking sand. It was like the man was watching me from somewhere. He said, that place you are sitting is a sinking sand. Don't sink. Get up. You have 4 children to look after. Get up from that place. I said, yes, sir. Thank you, Prof. And I got up from that place. I stood up. I cleaned my eyes. Walked in there. Everybody that was there, I told them, I spoke to family members. I said, at this point in time, we have to move. The children have been in the house since morning. The baby has not had milk. So what needs to be done needs to be done. They showed me the person who drove the car. I said, okay, I will not be able to handle this. You have to follow me. Go and tell the father of my wife what happened to her. So I put it in the car. I had a lawyer with me who was my pastor. So I told the lawyer, how do we do this? He said, let's go to the police station first. So we took him back to the police station. Even police station around the place where this is happening, the police people said, yes, they are aware of that incident. They heard about that accident. I said, okay, fine. They brought him back. He was held in detention. I said, you will tell my father-in-law. That's it. And that was my first decision to doing that, taking a legal step so that I will not have to answer questions that I wasn't aware of. Even though the police took it afterwards from there, and my father-in-law of blessed memory told me clearly, do not get yourself involved in the court issue. Let the police handle it. And that was it. He said, God knows best. And for me, when I got back, on my way back from, in fact, while we were in the police station, they were saying, write this, write that, write this, and so and so. I left them. I didn't even bother. I told the person to write. My own was just a report that this is what this guy told me, and that was it. They took it from there. I had to go and buy SMA. Remember, she told me, bring money when you are coming back. I don't even remember bringing that money because I only had cash on me that I used to go, and that cash was still on me. I didn't have time to stop by any ATM to do anything. Okay, I remember in the hospital, I withdraw money from the ATM to pay some things that needed to be paid for. But I went to go and buy SMA milk, rushed back to the house. My children were asking me, Daddy, what happened? Daddy, where is mommy? I said, Mommy is in the hospital. Couldn't tell them. The nanny was like, where is auntie? I said, she's coming. In fact, I had to do the first milk for the baby. And that was it. Man, I said, from that moment, my life changed. But the first step, as I said, was taking a legal step to get myself secured, because there were so many other things I wasn't aware could happen. The second step was to salvage the situation of the children who were there and how to handle them. I know a lot of people will have issues that relate to pain, and they'll forget the ones living and leave them like that. But I thank God for wisdom, which I had to run back. Then the third one was, now
you took instructions too, because a lot of people who called you, and a
lot of instructions.
If you didn't pick the call and was just devastated, you wouldn't have known what next to do immediately.
Yes. I was open to hearing. People were calling. Some of the condolences. When the condolences came, it broke me into tears. I was answering every phone call that rang. I answered. I picked. Some I had to even keep telling what happened. Some people, what happened. I keep telling them. I was
and that
just
helped
talking.
Your emotion, because you let it out.
It was just out at the instance. Then the next one was trying to take steps to see how to come out of the situation. I remember my wife's uncle telling me on phone that do not take decisions at this period, because they might end up being rash decisions. You are not in an emotional state to handle anything. So you have to keep calm, allow yourself to be calm, and but I couldn't just be calm. There was the body to be deposited, and the burial was there to be planned. Children were there to be taken care of, and school was there to resume by September. This was in July, and we had July to September. So what I needed to do was get as fast as possible to get the body to rest, because I needed to focus and take care of the children. Come on. I must tell you, it was not easy. So the burial took place in 2 weeks. So imagine dealing with the loss and planning the burial. I must say, thanks to my in-laws, they were so much in support, even though everybody were in shock and pain. But the support was there, even though there were times that we were in disagreements, but we were all focused to getting each other healed. My mother-in-law then was super. She came, stayed with the children. She was in my house. When I now told her that we need to leave that house because the children will be so traumatized when they wake up in the morning. The house they will used to wake up and see their mom. And at that point, one of the decisions was to move away from Port Harcourt because every time they will go out and see things that they used to see with their mom together, it will remind them of the loss. So that's how we relocated away from Port Harcourt. Would I say I am happy that I left Port Harcourt? I can't really say, but I would also say that I have grown after that time. I've become tougher. The things that I'm going through now, the pain has made me to become tougher. Even though
I remember you always used to say that there's nothing that can shake you again.
I always say that.
Someone got newly married, he will say there's nothing that can shake me again. There's nothing can make me break down. Nothing can affect my heart. That I have it locked up. Nothing can affect. Oh my gosh.
Truly, that is what happened. That is how I was able to manage that initial situation. Okay. But I think I would still continue.
Yeah. In the next video. Yeah.
In the next video, I will tell you more that happened. So stay on because I still have much to tell you now.
How did you take decisions when you had the pain? How did you overcome it? Share with us as well. So my husband will be reading and be getting more encouraged. Okay, guys, so follow us in the next video. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. This is the family where we share all about love, marriage, remarriage, parenting, and everything in between. Okay, so feel free to subscribe, tap the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our episodes. And please do go back to binge watch most of the ones we have already done till now. Okay, we'll see you.
Yeah.
In the next video, right?
Yep. Thank you. Bye.